What up, I love old school music fam? Let's dig into a heartbreaking story that sadly shook up many of us. It's about former child actor Brandon Quintin Adams and the tragic loss of his best friend, actor Merlin Santana, in a senseless crime where they were reportedly set up by a female. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay informed. Brandon Quintin Adams, many of you may remember him as the young actor who played Mini Michael Jackson in MJ's Moonwalk musical film. He was also in classic TV shows like A Different World, Moesha, Sister, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fast forward to November 9th, 2002, Brandon was just 23 years old when he experienced a tragedy that changed his life forever. He and his close friend, Merlin Santana, an actor you probably know from The Steve Harvey Show or his appearances on The Cosby Show, were ambushed by killers in an attack, one sparked by a lie that claimed Merlin's life. So according to court docs and also to TV One's Celebrity Crime Files series, here's how this tragic incident unfolded. Merlin and Brandon had met Monique Mercedes King and her female friend at a Chinese restaurant. That same night, Merlin and Monique had a consensual one-night stand. However, the next day, things spiraled. Mercedes reportedly was heated because Merlin wasn't interested in pursuing a relationship with her. Instead of moving on, she told her male friends, Damian Gates and Brandon Bynes, that Merlin had forced himself on her, a lie that she reportedly later confessed to creating, which clearly led to devastating consequences. The following night, as Merlin and Brandon left a house party, Gates and Bynes ambushed them. As Merlin and Brandon were seated in their parked car, soon afterward, a red laser pointed through their car's back window as Gates and Bynes apparently unleashed a hail of bullets with 12-gauge weapons, striking both actors. Brandon managed to drive them to safety and call 911, but it was too late for Merlin. He succumbed to his injuries at just 26 years old. In the aftermath, Monique Mercedes King, the girl who orchestrated this setup, was later found to only have been 15 at the time. So she lied not only about the alleged assault, but she'd also reportedly lied to Merlin about her age, allegedly confessing to authorities that she told Merlin she was 18 back then. Anywho, Monique was convicted, but shockingly received just a 10-year sentence in a California juvenile facility. By age 25, she was already free and moving on with her life. Meanwhile, Damian Gates, one of the shooters, received 3 consecutive life sentences plus 70 years. The other shooter, Brandon Bynes, got 23 years for voluntary manslaughter and assault with a deadly weapon. Merlin's mother, Christina Santana, poured out her heartbreak during the trial, saying, "As time goes by, it hurts more and more. To go on with my life, I have to learn to live without my son." Actor Brandon Quintin Adams, who survived the attack, opened up years later about the emotional toll it took on him. In an interview with Jet Magazine, he said, "It was devastating. It took me a long time to recover from that. Merlin was my best friend, and his unaliving was a senseless thing." Brandon added that Merlin was the one friend who could have had anything he had. The trauma led Brandon to step away from acting for a while, but he eventually found the strength to return to the industry. Today, he's continuing his journey and rebuilding his life after such a dark chapter. This tragic story reminds us how dangerous lies and senseless violence can be. Our hearts go out to Merlin Santana's child and the rest of his family and loved ones as we continue to honor the beautiful legacy he left behind. And to Brandon Quintin Adams, we admire your resilience and ability to move forward despite the pain. If this story resonated with you, let us know in the comments. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and tap that notification bell to stay up on our old school stories. Thanks for checking this one out, family. I love old school music, old school news with a new point of view.